Yeah, good morning everyone. Here's the video, the long-awaited video for the new oneleaf AI Mars MT1000 scope. I got it sighted in. I gave a little preview of it the other day, but today I'll touch on a bit more detail on it. So yeah, got it sighted in a couple of days ago. Despite all the rough weather, I got a gap in the weather, so I sighted it in, and the weather was not too bad that night, so I went for a hunt. So here's that video now. I'll play that now and then come back to you at the end of it. Yeah, so it's just out today, sighting in this new oneleaf AI Mars MT1000 with a laser rangefinder on the side there. I use a heat pad like this, which heats up as soon as you take it out of the plastic bag there. It starts to heat up when it reacts with air. So you see the size of that. That obviously sticks on the target down the end down here. And I've stuck that on, took my first shot. It's a 1-shot 0, so which is good because bullets are actually $5 a shot. This is a 308, and the bullets that I'm using at the moment are actually $5 a shot, so you don't really want to be firing off too many shots practicing and sighting in rifles. So yeah, obviously got it mounted here, got the quick release mounts on it. I have actually got another set of mounts. I left those at home, but the same bracket, but with sort of permanent mounts on it. That's the quick release ones on there at the moment. This thing here, I've got the instruction book there, but it actually tells you what to do once you turn it on and you go through the menu. It sort of tells you on the screen what you got to do, so I didn't really look too hard in the instruction manual. It tells you what to do on the scope, and took my first shot. It was low and to the right, and adjusted it down to that. And the next one, you see the size of that. It's obviously aimed in the center of the hot spot, and the next shot I had after zeroing it was just on the edge of the white stick-on pad there. So I'm just going to adjust it slightly more to the right. I've taken 2 shots now, and it's at 50 meters down there. So yeah, I'll get that finally tuned in, and should be good to go. Saved it on the 0 there. Yeah, really looking forward to using it. The weather's been pretty bad. Weather's been pretty bad lately, so as soon as it finds up a bit, I actually might get out tonight. If it's not going to rain tonight, might get out for a quick look around, see if there's any pigs or deer around tonight. So yeah, fingers crossed. So that's it there. One more shot through it and it'll be good to go, just to make sure. I don't think it'll be able to see through there. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully I can get out for a hunt the next couple of nights, or as soon as we get some decent weather, hopefully tonight. Have a bit of a look around, and I'll try and get as much filming as I can do with that scope. Bloody wasp. Oof. double down. Two out of two. There's the super fresh marks here. I've just seen the deer down here with the thermal. So there's two in here. It's quite hard to spot them because it's quite thick. Some spots. Just down there. Yeah, it's a good thing about the thermal. You just got to pick up a bit of a leg or something when they're laying there. Appears to be stone dead. Good size one too. So yeah, that's the new One Leaf thermal scope. It's not far to drag this down the hill, but it's pretty rough going, so yeah, I'll get the guts out of it and start making my way down. Once I'm at the bottom, I should be all good and just pick it up. But yeah, job done. Both shot in the shoulder, and it's I didn't actually range find it. I'm not sure what was going on there, but I sort of knew roughly how far it was anyway. It's a couple of 100 meters from down the bottom where I was, so yeah, pretty good shot. Two in a row, two shots, two deer. Yeah, so there it is. The new One Leaf thermal, sighted it in today. First trip out with it, and I only walked for about probably 3 or 4 minutes and spotted these two deer. Got set up and obviously done a bit of filming before I fired, and not sure what was going with the rangefinder. I'll probably have to read the instructions a bit better. I was just sort of playing around with it today, and yeah, need to learn how to do it a bit better obviously, but I knew how far it was up here, so yeah, took the two shots and job done. Pretty cool. Pretty good sized deer too. The other one will be out to my right out here somewhere. It's actually tumbled down the hill a little bit, so a bit less for me to drag it downhill. Cool. Yeah, just thought I'd do a quick video on how thick this stuff is. Where I've shot these deer up the side, and I've got to get through this stuff to get in to get them. It's actually not much cleaner up where the deer are, so just goes to show how good that thermal was to be able to see them in this sort of stuff here. You obviously see them through the gaps and stuff, and I waited to a clear patch to get a good shot, but yeah, it's pretty rough. This is where I've dragged the other one out, so there's a little bit of a trail for me to get back in. But you see the blood on there from the other one I just dragged out. So this is a slight trail I've made down here. Might even try and get the other one across to this, so I don't have to bash two tracks through. It's pretty rough. Yeah, it's like a bit of a tunnel through there now. A tunnel of love and blackberry. And this sort of steep stuff like this, I just roll the deer down with the guts in it still and gut it down the bottom so it doesn't get all the dirt inside it. Yeah, I'll switch off now and get up there and find it, get it done and head home. So here's number two. Finally found it. Oh, she's a big hind too. Good shot in the shoulder there. Yeah, she's a hell of a lot bigger. I thought the other one was a hind, but this one's twice the size. She's quite a big hind. It's going to be a bit of a drag getting her down there. Luckily it's quite steep, so most of it will just be rolling her down over that cliff there. It's a bit of a cliff, and hopefully get her on that same track as the other one. Yeah, quite a big hind. Oh. There she goes. It was pretty hard going finding this one. You can see it from the bottom with the thermal, but once you get up into this rough stuff, it's sort of lose track of it. So yeah, quite a way to go down the bottom there, about 80 metres. Not too bad. Yep. Yeah, so I just rolled that hind down here, and man, she went down with a hell of a crash. It's hard to even show it how steep it is down there, but it's a pretty steep drop. Yeah. Not much to hang on to either. But the track I've got down the bottom there from the other one, and I'll get onto that hopefully. I'll just switch this off now and concentrate on getting down without slipping too much. Try and grab onto this flax and stuff on the way down. Yeah, not too far to go. Yeah, so that's it, done and dusted. Got them both back out. I've still got to take the guts out of this one yet. But yeah. So that's the new oneleaf AI Mars MT1000 in action. Job done. And I just measured it out with the GPS. It was pretty much bang on 200 metres from where I fired. I sort of knew it was roughly that much anyway, but yeah, just confirmed it with the GPS. I think the smaller one was about 185 roundabout. It ran out to the left a bit, but yeah, pretty good. You know, get the guts out of it and carry on, head home. I might even actually carry on and try and get a pig as well, just to top the night off. Pretty cool. Yeah, so there you go. That's the first night out with the new scope. Successful hunt with 2 deer straight away, and I didn't really get a lot of practice in with it first. I just went and sighted it in that morning. I've had a bit of a muck around with it at home, just sort of checking it out really, and I'm not one for reading very much, but the specifications on it, goes into great detail in here. I won't bore you with the details reading it all out, but just want to touch on a few things. It's a pretty basic scope really. You can get complicated with it. Obviously enter the ballistics for the whatever projectile you're using. I'm using 150 grain bullets. So I've entered all those details in there. When I was out hunting the other night and I pushed the button here to range find to pick up the distance that those deer were, I actually had the cap around the wrong way like that, so that was blocking, I think that was blocking the laser, which obviously picks up the distance, so that was my mistake there, but lesson learnt. Just reminds me of the first time I used my night vision scope, the oneleaf AI night vision scope, and I hadn't turned on the infrared torch, but I still shot the pig anyway at the time. Just it was a moonlight night, so yeah. So I already knew the distance roughly up where those deer were. It was about 200 metres, and yeah, like I say, I measured it with the GPS as well just to confirm it. Yeah, focus ring at the back here. I'll just go through a few basics for this. You focus this ring at the back, and that's to get that crosshair and all the writing and stuff on there. You get that perfect for your own sight. Someone else would look through this and it would be blurry to them, but it's good for my eyes, the way my eyesight is. So you get that all focused into your eye, and then the other focus ring at the front here. Yeah, obviously you just, whatever distance you're looking at, if you're looking at something 50 meters, you focused it into that. You don't have to adjust it a hell of a lot actually for the long range once you've really got it to where you need it, and you'll see it's quite clear. There's one bit at the start there where I was looking out over a big area, and you can see quite far. Like I was using my handheld as I was walking around to pick up animals, and then if I see something I'm not too sure what it is with a handheld, I was looked through it with this, and you could pick up whether it was a possum or a hare or whatever. Obviously got the record function, and you can take photos with it, still photos, record function. After I shot the deer, I also can play back through the scope. You play back your own footage. If you weren't too sure whether you hit something or not and you wanted to play it back, you can do on the screen, which is very handy. It's a very handy feature. In the oneleaf.ai NV400, the night vision I had, that was similar. And I remember shooting a stag one night with that and couldn't find any blood or anything, and I sort of given up hope and played it back, and I thought, well, I was right on the shot, so I kept looking a bit harder and went another 20 metres past where I'd last looked and found that stag. So to be able to play back that footage and check where your shot went, and you might play it back and you've pulled the shot or whatever, but yeah, those deer were at 200 metres, or the big hind was 200, and yearling was about 185 metres. So yeah, pretty good shot for the first time out with this. Just another thing that I really like about this scope, there's not much I don't like about it actually, or nothing I don't like about it. These batteries here, you can buy these batteries through oneleaf, but it's the battery number on the side is a 18650. A 18650, it's got a flat end on it. They're very common batteries and very cheap, which is a great feature. My other scope, the batteries are $100 each for that, and I left this on the other night while I was walking around. I just left it on continuous the whole time. I didn't put it into standby. I just wanted to see how long the batteries would last, and I was on the go for about 4 hours. Obviously got those deer right at the start. I just started walking and I got those 2 deer. I left it on the whole time while I was recovering those deer, which took me about an hour to go up the side of that hill there. It was pretty rough. Went up, dragged those deer down, gutted them, got them sorted out, ready for pickup, and then decided I'd carry on looking around for pigs. And I just left it on the whole time, just wanted to test out the battery. I bought quite a few of these for my NV400 scope, which goes in, these go into the infrared torch on the NV400, and yeah, they last quite a long time, and they're quite cheap. Like, I just looking on the internet here now, there's a hell of a lot of websites where you can buy these batteries, so they're pretty handy to get, and I've seen some as cheap as $6, some $15, but yeah, it's certainly a lot better than paying $90 or $100 per battery, which my other thermal takes. And yeah, 4 hours of walking around with it on continuous, it was down to half battery, so you sort of go all night really on one of these batteries. And like I say, they're cheap, so you could have a whole pocket full of them and go for bloody days really. Yeah, so just trying to think what else there. That night that I was out with the deer, it was a very foggy night. I almost wasn't going to go out and look for a deer that night because of the fog, and I thought, well, what better way to test it out than to go out in the actual fog. And if you've used thermal before, you'll know that thick fog, especially, or rain and thick fog can affect the thermal, because effectively you're looking through millions of drops of water, droplets, and that can affect it. It can make your picture a bit hazy, but I was quite impressed with it in the fog. It was quite thick fog that night. Almost wasn't going to go out, but like with anything that I test out, I like to test it out in the real world and in the field. Yeah, so that's what I've done, and I was quite impressed with it. So the clarity, it's top notch. You can see the hairs. Like I could see bugs and insects flying around. Yeah, while you're just walking along looking through it, you see insects flying around. So yeah, you can't knock it for clarity and price. I think New Zealand dollars or US dollars, it's just under 1,400 US dollars, which in New Zealand dollars I think is around, at the moment it's around about $2,800. So with a laser rangefinder on the side, most of the other scopes that are with the same features as what this thing has are double the price, if not more. Yeah, you compare your own prices with other types of scopes, but for the features you get on this oneleaf.ai Mars, it's literally half the price. So all these guys are sitting around wanting a thermal, and you say, oh, I can't afford it, I can't afford it. You don't really get much cheaper than this thing. So, and for the features, it's pretty outstanding. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, I use these heat pads to sight it in. These are quite readily available as well. You probably order them on the internet, and most good hunting shops will have these as well. That's a little bit too big for my liking. So, but what you can do is you get a piece of paper. What I did the other day, and I fold it in half, and then half again, and just rip the corner off like that. So you end up with a small hole, and I stick that over the top of that heat pad, so you make an actual smaller circle, because I like a pretty small target to be able to shoot at, something the size of my thumbnail. But yeah, so like I say, I won't go into the specs too much of this thing. Yeah, it goes into how many resolution, all that sort of stuff. It's got all the details in here. Probably quite easy to look it up online as well. Yeah, if you wanted to read up on that stuff. And this one here is a 50mm lens I have on here. Also, I've got a 35mm lens as well, and you can go to 75. I think you can get those separately. So yeah, this is the 35. I've got the 50 on there, which is what I used when I shot those deer. The zoom on this thing's excellent. As you'll see from the video, I was zooming out, zooming back in on those deer up the side of the hill, having a good look at them. It sort of took my time, because I knew they were looking down towards me. They sort of roughly knew where I was, but they weren't too fussed about running away. So I just took my time and done some filming, which is what I mainly set out to do that night, is try and get some footage. So yeah, I achieved that. Yeah, just what else to touch on, I just wrote a couple of notes here. Yeah, just practice. If you do want to go out and get one of these and just really play with it, like I say, the battery in these are cheap, rechargeable, so you just reuse the same battery over and over. So you can just use up the whole battery, muck around with it for hours at home, focusing it, just play around with it really. Check out all the features in there. Menu button up here, it's easy to use. You just push it down to hold down, and the menu will pop up. You scroll through everything, enter all your ballistics, like I say, and that adjusts that dot, your ballistics dot on there. Because night shooting or thermal hunting or night vision hunting at night time, a lot of people really struggle to judge the distance. This thing takes the guesswork out of it. Like I say earlier, I hunt my same areas quite a lot, so I sort of know how far things are roughly, but this thing really takes the guesswork out of it. Yeah, so just it comes with all the cords and stuff like that, 2 different cords actually for charging it up. The tools for anything you've got to do with it, cleaning cloth. Got the nice bag to put that scope in if you want to. Here's the other bracket I was mentioned earlier. Mounting bracket, in that way there, like that. It's very secure when you bolt that in, bolt the scope to this. It's four sort of screws bolt that in there like that, so it's yeah, it's rock solid. Yeah, I won't go on about it too much, but yeah, it really impressed me. Quite like it. It's quite a small, compact scope as well. It's not a big, bulky thing, so yeah, it's good like that. A lot of people like the small units, so it's pretty impressive. Just trying to think what else to go through on it, really. Yeah, just if you do decide to get one of these and you just set everything to how you like it yourself, it's got multiple profiles on there. You can set it to different profiles, different reticles, different coloured reticles, and with the animals, heat source, you can have black hot, white hot, all those different colours, red hot, glory hot. Can't think of the names of the other ones, but I mainly just stick to black hot, white hot, and red hot as and glory hot. I noticed was a good one the other night. Just playing around with it. Those are the main ones I stick with, and sometimes I've noticed different nights, whatever the temperature is at the night or on the night, black hot might show up a lot better than white hot, so I just leave it on black hot for that night. And then you might go out the next night and the temperature's totally different, and the weather's different, so white hot shows up a lot better. So yeah, it's another thing just to play around with on the night. You just check it when you first get going, start hunting, and adjust it to that. So yeah, it's a pretty cool unit. I'm looking forward to getting a lot more footage with it, and you'll certainly see all that footage as I upload it as I go. And so this is the first video of many using this scope, and now that I've got my other one as well and this one, when I hunt with someone else, we'll have a thermal each to use. And for all the people that say, I can't afford a thermal scope, I read an article, I don't read it a hell of a lot, but I read an article in a magazine, and it said, what is your deer worth? And a processed deer, a 60 kilo deer processed, was $1,000. If you have to buy that meat from a butcher or a shop, it's $1,000 worth of meat. So this thing's first hunt out, that big hind I got, it was probably about 80 kilos. It's a really big hind, so it's bigger than average. The yearling was quite big as well. So this thing, probably about $2,000 worth of meat was harvested on the first night using this scope. So for these guys out there, their partner won't let them buy a thermal scope. Your excuses are starting to run out when this thing is as cheap as what it is. Like I say, about 2,800 New Zealand dollars, give or take, whatever the exchange rate is at the time. And it literally will pay for itself in no time. The other thing with it, because you're saving money by not buying that $6,000 or $7,000 scope or $9,000 scope, you're going to buy another freezer to put your meat in. And I'm not even joking, because with thermal scopes, you don't get twice as many deer as traditional spotlighting or traditional hunting. You get 10 times as many animals using thermal. Just the other thing with it, I used to have my thermal handheld, and then I would have to sneak up, and I had a torch above my scope, and I'd sneak up and shoot the deer using that torch. And it was literally just a pretty average torch, or LED lenser, but it's a bright torch, but it limits your distance. And then when your light flicks on, you literally only have a few seconds to be able to pull that trigger. Most of the areas I hunt, the deer are getting shot at a lot, or pigs are getting shot at a lot. And when that light goes on, they get really spooky and they're gone. With this thing here, like you see in the video earlier, those deer just standing there. They don't know what the hell's going on. It was almost total darkness at night. There was a little bit of moonlight around, but they're oblivious to you being there. So they're standing there quite calm in the dark. If a light comes on there, they're gone. You only get a couple of seconds to take your shot. So with this thing, you can relax, take your time. I had my bipod on the other night on this rig. So yeah, just took my time. That was the first time using those bullets too. They were Hornady bullets, 150 grain, and lung shot. Those deer, I thought they might have just dropped on the spot, but yeah, they obviously ran a little bit. I think I'm going to eventually switch back to using 270 caliber again, but yeah, certainly nothing wrong with 308. It does the job, as you see in the video. But yeah, so that about wraps up today's video. Hopefully I don't have any trouble uploading this one, because my last video, the spear hunting one, I had to upload that 3 times before I got the full clip on there, and it was literally about 8 hours of trying to upload that video, the last one. It's quite frustrating. For anyone that makes these type of videos and uploads to YouTube, then you'll see what I mean if you have trouble with it. But yeah, so the oneleaf AI Mars MT1000, it's got the thumbs up from me. I'm going to put a link in the description under this, and there'll be a discount code on there as well. I've jacked it up with oneleaf AI. There's a 5% discount if you use that code that I've got in the link down below, if you choose to get one, and I highly recommend that you do. It's going to change hunting for you. And if you just decide to get one and you think, oh, well, the missus is going to get angry at you, well, she'll get over it in a week, and then you'll still have your thermal scope to go hunting with. So yeah, go for it. You only live once, and you're going to have a hell of a lot of fun with it. I know that much. I know I certainly will. So yeah, I better carry on. Got a few jobs on today and get this thing uploaded. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to upload it, and I'll catch you on the next one.